Hey YouTube, welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the ignition coil pack for a Ford Taurus. The ignition coil pack is a part of your ignition system and its primary purpose is to convert the low voltage from the battery into high voltage and supply this voltage to the spark plugs to create a spark. So recently my car showed the check engine light, and when I used the scanner to look up the trouble codes, I actually found that I was getting the error code for multiple cylinder misfire. And as I explained before, for an engine to run, it requires fuel and air. And this mixture of fuel and air is ignited with the spark plugs. And therefore it's an important component of your engine. So the first step I took was to replace all the spark plugs for this engine. And the next step is to change the ignition coils after ensuring that there are no vacuum leaks. As always, the first thing we're going to do is pop the hood, and under the hood you will find the ignition coils positioned towards the front of the engine. Now this car has a 3-liter V6 engine, so it has 6 coils, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now when we take a closer look at the ignition coil pack, you will find 3 bolts of an 8mm size, 2 on the right and 1 on the left. And here's a 5/16 wrench to loosen and remove the bolt on the left hand side. I will then take a ratchet screwdriver with an 8mm socket attached to it and then loosen and remove the 2 bolts on the right hand side of the coil pack. And here is the brand new ignition coil pack that I got from Napa Auto Parts. As you can see, it's exactly the same as the original one and has a connector at the top. I am now going to remove the first coil plug wire just so that I can access the connector behind it. Once that is done, I will then remove the wire connector by using the wrench to push down on the plastic clip and then lift up to remove the connector. And the final step now is to remove all the coil plug wires from the old ignition coil pack and transfer them one by one onto the new coil pack. Once I put the first 3 spark plugs, I decided to fix the ignition coil pack back into place. And once the bolts were tightened, I proceeded to remove the ignition coil plug wires from the bottom and transfer them to the new ignition coil pack. And it's absolutely essential that you place the coil plug wires in the same order as they were before, because the failure to do so will result in engine misfires and even damage your engine in the future. I will now reattach the connector back in its place and then push down on all the coil plug wires to ensure that they're securely in place. And that's everything you need to know about how to change the ignition coil pack for your car. I hope you guys found this video useful. If you did, give it a like and I'll catch you guys in the next one.